Right now, there's a country just across the ocean that stands as a warning to Australians in this insane election campaign of make-believe. It's a country that shows that green dreams can come at a catastrophic cost. So wake up. Let me start, though, with the idiocy here before I show you the warning. Last night, the ABC's Media Watch had yet another scream of horror that some of us here in the Murdoch media don't buy the bull of the so-called climate independence, or the Greens for that matter. You know, this line that we face a climate catastrophe and we must get rid of coal and gas to make life better. How dare we?
But some of the diehards at News Corp, whose Sunday papers came out to endorse the coalition over the weekend, are still doing their best to turn the tide, as you can see from Friday's front-page attacks on the Teal independents. Meanwhile, in The Australian, in an earlier rant that was at least labelled commentary, Greg Sheridan warned readers,
"The most destructive, harmful and dangerous vote anyone can make in the forthcoming election is for a Teal independent or the Greens."
Well, yeah, some of us are warning about exactly all that because it's absolutely true. And nowhere in the Media Watch segment did host Paul Barry actually try to explain why we were wrong. We just had the wrong political opinion. Oh, sky's falling in. But that's because, of course, the ABC, on the other hand, is totally captured by global warming groupies, totally unquestioning of the scare and of the crazy green schemes to supposedly stop any climate change. Now, this morning again on the ABC's top current affairs show on radio, AM, it was just global warming propaganda in one report after another.
Joelle Gergis is a climate scientist at ANU, and even she's shocked at how extreme some of the climate changes are.
The sorts of things we might have expected by the middle of the century are actually happening right now.
Yada, yada, yada. The ABC's AM this morning also talked to voters who actually believe this catastrophism. There's an indictment of the media and think that giving up coal and gas is like, no problem.
Australia can be a little bit more globally contemporary, up to date. You know, they just seem so backward.
And what sort of particular policies would you like to see on climate?
Yes, just no more fossil fuels. Completely get rid of that, you know, as soon as possible, and swap over to renewable energy, you know, which is just such a smart way to go. It will cost at the beginning, but just, you know, positive on every front.
Net zero, that sort of thing. I really want that to happen, considering, like, you know, our generation is the one that's probably going to suffer the most.
It's like global warming's a sort of fashion thing. Does it look good on me, this global warming policy, you know? But it was wall-to-wall climate alarmism on the ABC this morning. It also interviewed Greens leader Adam Bandt, of course, without once asking him the cost of his insane plan to stop us mining and using coal and gas, which actually produce most of our electricity and earn more than $100 billion a year in exports.
How quickly do you want to see that shut down?
We can have 3 years to have that discussion.
This is just so lunatic, this kind of green dreaming. Oh, just get rid of that. You know, don't worry about the cost. Don't even ask. Get rid of coal. We'll find something else to power this country. Even, you know, when the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine, it'll turn up. A solution will turn up. Don't doubt, just dream the green dream. No cost. Really? Let me now show you the nightmare of this kind of green dreaming, this wishful thinking. It's the disaster that's just hit Sri Lanka. Last year, Sri Lanka's president said that he too wanted to transition away from fossil fuels. And boy, has he just got his wish good and hard. Because he also had another bright green dream, and this is the real problem, to go organic, to stop all farmers in Sri Lanka from using synthetic fertilisers, the kind that actually needs lots of fossil fuels to make. And last April, they were banned in Sri Lanka, along with pesticides. And Sri Lanka's 2 million farmers were made to go organic instead, for the good of the planet, the idiot president said.
If we are to preserve the health of our planet and ensure human sustainability, governments the world over must not hesitate to adopt bold.
That turned out to be a colossal mistake, and the poor are paying the highest price. Sri Lanka's rice production fell 20% in just 6 months. Sri Lanka went from exporting rice to importing $500 million worth just to feed its people. Production of tea, Sri Lanka's biggest export, also crashed, costing another $500 million. Fertilisers, you see, they work. Who knew? And not using them will cost you big time. Add to that the virus pandemic. Sri Lanka's tourism, of course, got smashed, plus corruption and mismanagement and crippling loans to China, and Sri Lanka's economy is now devastated. Almost all its foreign reserves are gone, leaving the government struggling to find the money to pay for vital imports. There are shortages of food and of medicines. There have been protests by angry farmers and violence with supporters of the president and his family beating protesters in the street. People have been killed. And the president has sure got his wish with fossil fuel. His prime minister today said the country's just got 1 day's supply of petrol left, and not much gas either. People are desperate now, with gas prices almost tripling over the year.
We need the gas, only gas.
We want yes, yes. We want yes, yes.
I am a mother. One child I have. I can't give anything to ask my child.
Running out of food, running out of fossil fuels to cook it, and running out of money, that is the price of an insane green dream. And there's China now, by the way, hovering like a vulture over the country. It's already owed 10% of Sri Lanka's foreign debt and is now discussing if and how to help keep this near bankrupt country going. What price will it demand? Well, China has already exploited Sri Lanka's debt problems to walk away with the country's main port and the land around it. There's a security risk for us. And there's another warning for us in this green cautionary tale. As we deliberately make ourselves poorer in the name of global warming, what might China also gain over us?